Chef Joe up here, George behind the camera, and tonight we have Lord Finesse.
Salute.
Hip hop artist, music producer. You know that everything that comes here is butter. I would say in Dominican Republic. Butter. So, once again, welcome. I'm happy you guys are back in. Let me set this up real quick. As usual, I always forget. And there you go, we're live. I see the little sign over here, live. George, what's going on?
Nothing, chilling.
Talk to me.
We're in good spirits today.
Who we got here today, George? Who we got here?
Good peoples.
Who we got here?
We got
Who we got here?
I don't know. I forgot his name again. What's his name?
Who we got here? We got Damon in the house. We took the suspension off after dropping the cup of soda 2 weeks ago. You know, he did that. I don't know if you know that. He dropped on a brand new Apple, $2,000 Apple. He just dropped the whole thing of soda by it. He fell asleep on the chair.
It wasn't really soda. He was just drooling on the computer.
So it was drooling?
It was drool, yeah, it was drool.
Oh, wow. It was drooling? Oh, man, okay. So here we go.
Everybody has one of those days, all right?
Yeah, you're right. I guess so. I haven't had one of those yet. So, okay. There you go.
We're live and direct here.
We're live and direct.
What are we drinking? What's today's flavor?
Somebody asks, what are you making?
I'll tell you guys right now. Like I said, we always have the best intros. At the last minute, that's when we start making sure that we have everything. So I just want to make sure everything is running straight. Hey, we're unique. We don't have any script. We go as we go. That's basically it. George, what we have today, George? Take a look at this.
We got Tito's.
Talk to me about Tito's.
Now, Tito's I thought was some cheap vodka that I didn't want to touch. But turns out it's some good stuff. Like you know what?
Man.
We selling a lot of this. Like people was loving Tito. I know Finesse is, you know, back at Tito crazy.
That's the specialty right there.
Yeah, that's
Tito's is number one.
It's serious, man. It's serious.
I never tried this before.
Yes.
Is that what we're drinking right now?
Yes.
We need you to cook. We don't need
Yo, look at this real quick.
We don't need you drunk.
Yeah, you're supposed to start drinking after you finish cooking, man.
The better when I'm drunk.
Oh.
That's not saying a lot.
So tonight,
and it's gluten free too. I think that's like the healthiest part of this meal is going to be the Tito's vodka because it's gluten free, organic, and it's made in Texas. And speaking of Texas, you know, Joab's half cowboy.
Yo, where's my cowboy?
I don't know if you noticed.
He's a half cowboy.
He's half cowboy, bro.
He just told me he was from the island.
He's from some island, but he a cowboy.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. What are we doing?
Just show them what we got over here. Tonight, we're cooking king crab.
Whoa.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
That's serious.
That's beautiful.
Those are like baby arms.
More king crab over here and lump crab meat. We have risotto. We're going to go and make a nice creamy crab risotto. That's what we're cooking tonight. Damon,
what's this thing right here?
Doing your thing on that, huh?
What's this thing right here, Joe?
That's life, bro. You know what life is? Life is butter.
Okay.
Life is butter. What you do? All right, start it again. You know how to? Can I show you if you don't mind? Yeah, I know. You got it?
Hey, Steffi, what does that drink have, the pink one?
The pink one.
That's
last time I showed the drink, I gotta get into cooking. It's Tito's vodka. George is the special.
What we doing today? We drinking the Lord Finesses. That's what we calling them because it's straight Tito vodka, grapefruit juice, and cranberry juice.
Cranberry.
So the first thing I'm gonna do tonight, I'm gonna start with the risotto. Is the thing that takes the longest to cook, obviously. So I have my pan going over here. I'm gonna add a little bit of vegetable oil. Just take a quick look. So when you guys do it at home, you guys do exactly the same thing I'm doing. And I have half of a white onion. You can use your onion or you can use shallots. And basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna sweat those onions.
Make them put in work. They gotta sweat.
You have to sweat those onions. Make sure you guys get the flavor out of those onions. I'm gonna add a little bit more fat. You know what? I'm going with live. I'm adding butter. No more oil, I'm just a little bit of butter. This is live right here. You guys know me by now. That's what we're using. So again, you want to sweat those onions. Make sure you guys get the sugar out of the onions when you're cooking that. Okay? Again, it's risotto. So you want to bring the sugars out. Once the sugar is out, once the onion is a little bit translucent, you are going to add your risotto. Risotto, arborio rice. Let me explain this real quick. Arborio rice, actually risotto is a finished plate. It's not rice. Arborio rice is one of those grains, rice that you use, one of those grains. So you could use either risotto, you could use, arborio, or you could use the orzo if you want to go with pasta. This rice is considered a pasta. I don't, but I mean by the Italians, they call it pasta. To me, it's straight up rice still. So, George, take a quick look.
So we're getting there. It's breaking down, it's softening up, you're getting translucent.
You want to make sure that you bring those sugars out of the onions, make sure they're translucent, sweat it, and by doing that, you're bringing the flavors out of the onions. A lot of people, they just dump the onion, move it a little bit, and they go with the rice.
When they saute the onions get sweet as they get salted.
Yeah.
Like that.
Wow, that's a cooker right there.
He knows his thing.
Oh, you think Finesse is playing?
Somebody can get all over it.
Finesse don't play?
Like Eddie Murphy said in Coming to America, I dabble a little.
I doubt it.
Don't tell me you Google this before coming over.
I cook. No, I ain't eat. I saved my appetite for this.
Good. So there you go. Again, king crab tonight. And again, George convinced me of doing a butter bath on the protein that I'm doing today.
I like butter baths, man.
Last week he made me post the lobster. I was gonna do something different, and he convinced me to do something totally different. Finesse, any questions in there?
Can someone please wrap the ingredients that are being used for this dish?
All right. So we have risotto. You have onions. Basically half of onion, 2 cups of risotto, 1 cup of wine, salt and pepper to taste, butter to taste. You want to make it creamy. Same thing with the cheese. Enough cheese just to make it creamy when you're making your risotto. On the king crab that we have over here, you're gonna go in a butter bath. I added a little bit of 3 garlic cloves on 1 pound of butter. Again, you're not eating all the butter. You're just cooking the king crab on the butter. I have some panko. I'm gonna show you guys step by step what I'm gonna do with the panko. So.
And afterwards, we're gonna post up the
recipe. Don't say that because
yeah.
I said that last week and I didn't do it.
Well, I didn't say when we're gonna post it up. I said after the show we're gonna post it up sometime.
So I'm going now. The onions are that where I want them. George, Damon. I dropped in my risotto. I boiled rice.
Dropped in the risotto, right?
Yeah.
Got the onions, sauteing, drop in the risotto. How much risotto was that?
That's 2 cups.
That was 2 cups of
2
risotto.
cups of arborio rice. Risotto is the finished dish. Even I get confused too. But on the arborio rice, I dropped 2 cups. And basically what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cover all the rice with the fat that I added, just to toast it a little bit.
Okay.
You want to toast it a little bit, make sure that everything is completely covered on fat. Your butter and your regular oil that we added earlier.
This is not regular rice. You're not gonna find this in a bodega on a corner.
No, you cannot find this at the corner. You have to go to
the supermarket
and get it in the supermarket. Yes,
Man.
sir. You got that right. See,
Yeah,
I
tell
needed
people that.
somebody. I needed somebody like this.
You ain't getting this from the halal truck. Don't go to the halal truck asking for risotto.
A little bit of salt. I'm not gonna salt this a lot because the king crab is a little bit salty as is. So I'm gonna refrain from adding a lot of salt to it. So I'm gonna keep tasting. Make sure you guys taste when you guys are home, so you guys make it to the to the salt level that you guys like. So again, you're toasting your rice.
Can you swap the Parm cheese for something similar?
Yes, you can. This is the best thing about cooking. That on cooking, on this dish in particular, you could use whatever cheese you want. You don't have to use Parmesan. You could use pecorino cheese. I mean, there's hundreds of cheeses that you guys can use on that. You guys can use whatever cheese you want. Okay, so
I mean, the whole thing about cooking is that you learn a recipe first, all right? And then you take that recipe and you add your twist to it, your flavors to it. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it yours, even in the restaurant business. You can go to 5 different restaurants and have the same dish, same exact recipe. It'll be cooked 5 different ways and their own twist to it.
George, so this is what I want it to be. I'm going to add 1 cup of wine. And you can hear that wine sizzling right away. That's basically what I want. And one of the mistakes that people do at home is that once they add the wine, they add the liquid that they're going to cook the rice with right away. No, you cannot do that. You have to cook the wine. You have to bring that wine down so you can kill the wine flavor.
Well, the alcohol. You're dissolving the alcohol.
You want to kill the alcohol. Because then later on what happens is that when you have your finished meal, you have that wine taste to it and it's too strong.
That and the little risotto beans are going to be all drunk and just walking around your plate and shit and stumbling. You don't want that. That's not a good look.
So, here we go. You can smell that wine coming out. So while that's going, let me show you guys real quick. Over here I made a stock out of the shells from the crab. So real easy. Celery, onion, garlic. You grab 1 onion, 1 celery stalk, half a carrot, 3 cloves of garlic, thyme, and a tablespoon of black pepper, whole black pepper, and you make your stock with the shells from the crab. It's something that takes, when it's seafood, usually right away, 30 to 45 minutes you have a stock, so it doesn't take long for that. So there you go, this is cooking. Man, it smells good. That wine smell, I love it. Again, you want to cook that wine. And risotto is one of those things that you have to pay attention to. You're not going to dump a whole bunch of liquid to the risotto
as
right
you can
away.
see, you're already, like you see when he's pressing it with the spoon, it's already soaking up soaked up all the wine, the onion flavors, the butters, the fats. So it's already getting moist.
Shane said you need more wine than that, but
What's up, Shane? Shane is a VIP member of Flavor Square.
Okay. You trying to get people drunk, Shane. That's my job.
Okay, so, George, I'm going to go ahead and add some liquid. Don't ask me how much liquid, because when you're doing this...
It's a guessing game.
It's not a guessing game. It's just until the rice is al dente. So you will see, when you try it at home, you will see when it's al dente. You will notice right away. So I'm going to start adding some liquid.
Let me see if we can capture the...
What up, Shane? Said how much liquid?
I just sold... Who was that, Shane?
That's Shane again.
Yeah, Shane. There you go. You have about a cup and a half right now. I'm not going to add a lot. I'm going to add it little by little. Okay?
Just like any pasta, Shane, just like when you're cooking pasta, I can't just say, hey, you're going to cook it for 10 minutes. You know, the heat varies, everything varies, so you're going to let it rock. 5 minutes, you check it, you do the pinch test, you do the taste test. You don't want to overcook the pasta, you don't want it too undercooked, you want it right in between. So it's the same thing we're going here. We're adding 3.
Adding little by little.
Yeah, we started with 3 spoons and then we go and see.
If for some reason you run out of your stock that you make, you can go ahead and go with water, because the stock that you added to that reduces, basically the arborio rice absorbs that liquid, so you're not going to lose the taste. The taste still there. You can go with water if you run out of the stock. So again,
but if
you can see that.
Yeah, you run out of stock with one order of risotto, you got some serious proportion issues.
Okay, so it's absorbing the stock, it's absorbing my liquid. I'm going to add some more now. Why are you laughing, George?
You just said it absorbed your liquid?
My liquid, I made this. It belongs to me. It's mine. You see the shit I go through?
Listen, I'm not hearing this. I'm not getting involved in this.
All right, so that's going. So while that's going, take a quick look over here, George. I have 1 cup of panko, and I started zesting 1 lime. So you zest your lime on that panko, all right?
So explain to the audience what panko is.
Panko is a breading. It's Japanese breading. It's thicker than the regular breading they sell on the supermarket, on the breadcrumb. So it's a little bit thicker and it's harder.
It's extra coarse.
It's more tough than the regular Italian. The Italian one, Italian people, I have nothing against you guys. FYI, I just like panko, okay? Anyways.
Right.
See, gets that
Panko is also what gives it that crispiness. So like when you go to a Japanese restaurant, you're having tempura. It's basically what it is. It's coated in panko. So it's got that thick, crispy
No,
coating.
it's not.
No?
You're wrong. Tempura is
Tempura is a
basically
batter.
cornstarch and flour. It has 0 panko on it. I'm sorry, I have to put, stop you right
Well,
there.
when I was in Vietnam, that's what they had.
No, that's different. That's different, George. That's different. So
Once again, you're not going to find this at Papito Gomez
you're
bodega
not.
down on
No halal trucks.
you're not
You're
gonna
going to have
find
to
that.
go to the supermarket.
Papito.
Hey, how you doing?
So you have the panko, you have your lemon zest, the risotto is going.
So-
on the panko,
What does the liquid have, and why the lemon zest?
okay, good question. Lemon zest and panko is going on the king crab. Reason why you want that lemony flavor on your king crab, and the panko is to give it a little bit of texture. If you see over here, it's all meat. So basically, when you add that panko and zest at the same time, you have the zesty flavor, and you have the zesty lemon flavor, and you have your butter there as well. Your panko to give it that texture. So again, little by little, you keep adding your liquid. I'm gonna leave that alone a little bit, and I'm gonna go back to the panko. So on the panko, as you see,
Panko is mixed with the lemon zest.
with the lemon zest,
With the lime zest, my bad.
lime zest. But in Dominican Republic, lemon is the lime. Lemon is the green one, and then the yellow one is the lime. I don't know why,
So everything in Santo Domingo is backwards.
What was that?
Everything is backwards in Santo Domingo?
Don't get me started with the backwards, because you were doing the fried mac and cheese stuff earlier, and you made me switch everything all backwards. I'm like, George, I don't like.
Dude, I gotta
to
make it challenging for you, man. I
No.
have to be the one that messes up,
We had
so
no
then you
time.
can pick it up
Okay.
and be the star.
More liquid. There you go. I don't know what's up with George today.
We're on 5 spoons. And you know what? I'm disappointed in Shane,
Why?
because I dropped the ball with that whole tempura thing, and I expected him to come in blazing on that one. And
he
nothing.
didn't.
Nothing. He didn't.
Yo, why is
Usually
Damon
you
so
would.
quiet today?
Damon's going through half a
You got,
bottle of honey gel.
Over there,
We're
how you
good.
doing?
Hi, Nelva. George, I'm gonna drop 1 teaspoon of butter on the panko, and I'm gonna mix it a bit. I wanted to
Combine.
capture that, just so you can hold the zest and the panko together. Not everything. When I put it on the meat, I want it to hold together. I don't want it to fall apart when you put it in there. You guys can mix that.
So that was a tablespoon of butter you put
It's
in
a
there.
teaspoon, not a tablespoon. Teaspoon.
Okay, teaspoon,
Yes,
my
sir.
bad.
It's all good. We gotta correct it for the audience so they know what they're doing at home.
What are
There
you
you go.
guys sipping on? Me personally, this is my special. This is Tito's with cranberry, with grapefruit juice and a splash of cranberry.
Okay, at this point I'm gonna switch from the spatula and I'm gonna go to George's favorite spoon.
The basting spoon?
My basting spoon.
Are we going to baste the risotto?
No,
I think
we're
you
not.
should.
No, George.
No?
No, not yet, but we are. And there we go. Man, it's looking good.
You might get a beard award for that. Basting risotto?
Nah.
That's serious.
Let me lower the heat just for a little bit. Okay, so while this is going, the king crab, the start of the night, other than finesse,
The
star
main
number
event.
1. King crab, George made me do a butter bath. Well, I guess it's a butter
or butter
Lake.
soak.
I added 3 cloves of garlic in there, and I'm just gonna go like this. I don't have to say.
So that's
Look
the
at
butter bath. Is the crab legs stored out, or they cooked, or
They cook. They part cook. They part cook. The reason why I'm adding the butter now is that I wanted to absorb that nutty flavor from the butter once it goes into the oven. Okay, so this is again. It's looking for more liquid.
Nelva said, I've seen people add cream to their risotto. Is
Yes.
that cheating?
No, it's not cheating. It depends on what type of creamy you want your risotto. I mean, I'm adding butter to it, so I don't want to keep adding any more dairy just for the fact that, I mean, look at my belly. And then George's, you cannot see George's belly, but George has a belly too, you know. We're just trying to keep it, you know, a little bit healthy. That's what we're trying to do. Now, risotto is one of those things that they take their time to cook. So that's why I let some other stuff, you know, not prepared, so I can show you while this is cooking.
And again, just like any other pasta, you know, you put cream, you got Alfredo, you know, you can go with a tomato-based sauce, you could put a pesto, you could do pretty much anything. With that, you just want basically juices. You want it hydrated.
I want to taste it. That's heading where I want it to be. That's heading there. Finesse, I have a question for you.
What is that?
How long have you been in the music industry, and how did it start for you?
I've been in the music industry since 1989. It started for me like how hip-hop started. Going to the park jams, watching veterans do it way before me. That inspired me to want to do it, you know. I mean, I got into it because, you know, like unlike now, it wasn't really no money involved. You had to have a skill set. You had to be nice at your craft, you know. So you felt like, you know, you felt like you was on a different platform if you nice at your craft, you know. So it's the same thing with you cooking. You nice at your craft, you know, naturally, you know.
How do you feel about the hip hop parties nowadays? How can you compare it? I mean, I cannot compare it to before. Before to me is the best to what I've seen now, other than a few people that they're really good at what they're doing. But nowadays, since it's digital, most of the stuff that you see, there's a lot of, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but there's a lot of trash out there. And
a lot of trash out there.
There's a lot of trash.
Well, you got to understand, when they came with the age of internet, it allowed people to be able to upload their music at any given time. There was no filterization. So in my era, if you want to put a record out, if you want to do something, you had to have somebody give you money for studio time, and you had to have somebody really back you to put music out. So therefore, when you trying to put out music, you know, if people putting money into you, you ain't have no time to sit in the studio and smoke no weed. You trying to knock out 4 or 5 songs in a session.
That's something that you see a lot nowadays.
Right.
Basically,
So
they get
now,
together and
now it's like, it's no filterization. Somebody could upload some music in the middle of the night, regardless if it's good or bad, just to see what it's going to be. And, you know, 9 out of 10, we get more bad than good.
Got it.
You know, but, you know, you got people out there that like some of that stuff, you know. I can't knock it. I just say, you know, the political correct answer for me is just like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know?
You cannot nobody's hustle. You can do that. But I mean, again, you see all the trash that is out there, and then it makes you think, man, back in the day, everything was better. Just like cars. The cars before, they're better than now. Same thing. Basically, the music now, like when I'm listening to hip-hop or rap, you know, I stick to the same people that I used to before. Even I'll get my B.I.G. album from '94, and that's basically what I still listen.
But you're from a different demographics, you know, and what it is that I'm the same way. If we get a good album that we like, then we're gonna play that for a month or so.
Yes.
Nowadays, the young kids, they get something, they like it for a week, and they don't like it no more.
Yeah.
So,
And then
you know,
on top of that, nobody even really buys music anymore. You know, that's another big thing.
Yeah, a lot of people
Back in the days, I mean, you came out with an album. You know, you was getting money from that album for the next 3, 4 years, 5 maybe, until you dropped another album or whatever the case may be. Nowadays, you got to be dropping. They're not buying albums.
George,
They're buying songs if you're
cut
lucky.
you guys off real quick.
Okay.
We're gonna go back into it. The king crab is going in the oven now. Okay. In the butter bath, it's gonna go for 400. I'm gonna drop it. It's over 400 right now.
so is this, when you say you drop it to 400, it is equivalent to a regular oven or attached to a stove at 400?
The ways I have it, I'm dropping it from 400 to 325.
Three and a quarter.
It's seafood, so you don't want to kill the seafood. The
Right.
seafood is really delicate when you're cooking it. It's not like beef. It's not like beef. So I'm going in there. George, don't get my G-string, please. I know you by now. So I'm going to leave it for 10 minutes, 325. And I'm going to go back to the risotto and back into the conversation that we're having. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, so like I said, you know, people nowadays, they're not running out. It's rare that you see people running out waiting to buy somebody's album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's a few cats out there like Jay-Z and them where, you know, when they do drop something.
But see, when you got the Jay-Z album, I call it the, what I'm going to call it? I'm going to call it the Sprint album. Because it's coming out through another corporation, which is Sprint, not a record label. So Sprint probably threw Jay-Z a couple of $1 million to do this album.
Oh,
yeah,
His
that's
money
right.
was done off of Sprint. So the title money, the Apple money,
which is smart.
extra money.
Which is smart. He's getting it right off the bat.
And this is not the first time he's done it. The first time was the Samsung album, the Watch the Throne, if I'm right. So now with this new album, it's on Sprint. So I think the next album probably be on Verizon or T-Mobile or something, you know. Because when you draw that many type of people to your music, that's called traffic, and you know. So if you could attach it to a company or a corporation and they get those millions of people to come in or pay attention to that particular thing, it works for them. So they done cut Jay-Z a check probably months ago.
And that's gangster.
Yeah,
that's gangster.
That's been on the work for a long time.
Well,
I'm
what
sure.
people got to understand, when you have a brand, it's not about like vinyl and CDs and things like that anymore. It's more like you could attach it to anything that's going to draw attention to the brand.
But here's my
and
thing.
They're going to cut you the check.
Does he ever say what they use the music for, though? Can they just turn around, like, basically, if I'm Sprint, right, we drop that album, right, can I use that for any commercial, for anything, and then I just give you a cut, like a percentage?
Yeah, I'm quite sure that's worked out before they even go and start working on an album that's worked out. You know, so right now with music, it's more about branding. So if you're doing a project or if you're doing music, if you don't got 8 or 9 different ways how you're going to get paid from that music, you basically wasting your time.
Yeah.
People are not buying albums like that. That is true to the fullest form. So you got to find different ways. So most people, their formula is, I'm going to do an album, I'm going to do shows.
George, take it over here real quick. So it's almost at that point.
Yeah, you see it's thickened up.
It's thickened up and the grain already grew up by absorbing that liquid.
Trying to get it closer.
The body rice is going up. I added a little bit of salt. Like I said, I'm not going crazy with the salt. I'm gonna taste again. Again, when you guys doing this at home, you have to taste, just to make sure that you guys have the right seasoning on your plate, on your dish, while you're cooking. And it's right now, it's almost to that al dente point, what I'm trying to get. So again, I'm not adding a lot of salt because of the meat, the crab meat. It has a lot of sodium.
Yeah, that's
so once you add it, it's going to release all that sodium, and it will season. It will basically season my risotto. So yes, I will taste again, and if I have to add more, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, let me get back over here.
How's those questions? Excuse me. How's those questions going?
Somebody said is Nelva said is Millie at the studio?
No, Millie's not here today. Only my producer, which is Alyssa. Alyssa's here today doing my stuff, so that's that.
You got Manu saying hi, George.
What up?
That lady is my hero. She gets to try all the stuff I want.
Nelva said that.
Who said that?
Nelva.
Nelva? Nelva, you know, it's good to have her job, you know.
Then Caesar is basically a 360. I mean, with the situation, it's whatever they use it for their phones to get people to buy the phone. So if they put Jay-Z album on the phone and you purchase the phone, then you get the Jay-Z album, you know.
It basically turned more into a commercial thing than what it was before.
But,
That's
that's
basically
kind of crazy because, you know, Jay-Z album is probably worth like let's say $12. They're going to get you buy a $600-700 phone and give you the Jay-Z album.
Guys, when you guys doing this, you have to remember, you have to keep stirring, because if you don't, your risotto is gonna get stuck on the bottom. Yeah. So you don't want that. You don't want it to stick, and you want to make sure that you keep stirring your rice. That way you don't have that. Because this is what happens when you do this. If you let it stick in the bottom, it's gonna burn. So that burn is gonna make your risotto, your arborio rice, is gonna taste like
it's gonna taint it. Yeah, it's
so you
gonna
don't
taint
want
the
that
taste.
to happen.
Right.
You want to keep away from that. So you have to make sure you keep stirring. And like I said, arborio is one of those things that you have to pay attention to. It's like if you're cooking fish, basically. That's the way I see it. Because you have to make sure that it's cooked to perfection.
That's another reason why you don't see it in a lot of restaurants. You know what I mean? It's something that's, you know, if it sits, yeah, good luck, you know, bringing it back. It's time consuming. And I mean, it's good. If you're a workout fanatic, it's great because you got to keep stirring. Now, if you notice, his right arm is massive. His right bicep is massive. And his left bicep is like tiny. It's like a little stick. And that's from all the stirring and the basting.
That's basically
so stirring and basting,
You don't
Nelva is asking, when is the cheese going in?
When is the cheese? When I'm seconds before I'm going to plate. That's when I'm going to add the cheese and the butter. That's what's going to make it creamy. So I'm adding a bit of salt again because it's bland. So I want to make sure that, not a lot. You just want to make sure that it's perfect. Remember, that's what you guys want to do.
A lot of people we add cheese. Risotto's supposed to have cheese.
Well, it's not done, so you have to wait for it.
Remember, you're cooking something.
Listen, who's the cameraman? Who's cooking? Me or you? You came here to see what I'm doing. So see what I'm doing.
Let people know that when you add cheese too early, you're gonna burn the cheese, and then you're gonna have a big lump.
Yeah.
You know.
Calm down. This is live and direct. This is not microwave. You don't have to add the cheese.
Food, exactly. It's not TV dinners and all that stuff. Okay, so easy. You have to take it easy. Okay. Again, look. Again, I'm gonna taste. I want to see the level of salt that I added.
Your boy Almir is saying, "Yeah, chicken nugget. I'm here. Keep stirring."
He call you chicken manuki?
That's a friend from work. That's my #1 fan. I mean, what's going on, brother? Thank you for showing up. Now, I want you guys to stop whatever you're doing. And like I always tell you guys, go to Facebook. I mean, you're already on Facebook because you're watching me. And share the damn video. Please. That's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to share the video. I want people to see what we're doing here at Flavor Square. Hi, YouTube. I have to pay attention to the camera on YouTube. Make sure you guys see the videos that we have on YouTube. We're going to keep posting the short videos as well. We've been going through a lot. Flavor Square is evolving, and we're going on the right place, basically to what we want it to be. So I'm gonna share that. I want to share my video right now. Please show me some love. I need you guys to show Flavor Square love, right, George?
Show some love to the chicken manuki over here, please.
Excuse me. Damon left the camera alone. He's about to get fired again, like always.
Well, his glass is empty.
His glass is empty. That's
Yeah.
what happens. He wants to get his rum.
My people's here saying, "Oh my gosh, that looks good." Who's the chef?
Who's that?
My people that hit me on the phone. That's
Okay.
tuned in.
I can even see the light.
Job is also Finesse's personal chef. He cooks at his house, right?
Shit, I wish.
Alyssa, can you share the video thingy out? It's not even coming up. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the meat. I have 3 minutes left in there. Once I get it out, I'm gonna remove the butter from there.
Isaac Lopez said, "Can you show some love to the Mets?"
To the
Isaac,
Mets?
this is a Bronx show.
Give me that
I'm
hat.
sorry,
Give me
Isaac.
You know what? You know what? He's right though. But here's the thing: the love we show the Mets is Damon. The reason why we bring Damon on this show is because he's one of the biggest Met fans around.
So that's
Give me
why
that
he had-
hat.
That's why he had that
Give me
orange shirt
David's
on.
hat.
Here, hold on. He got the camo jump off.
He had that orange
Give me
shirt
that.
on.
Give me that
today,
garbage. Give me that. I don't want to turn this into a sports show.
Here you go.
I told you guys before.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh my God, what a big ass head.
Yo, he's huge. Yo,
Jeez.
dude was.
My head is big too, but look at this dance in my head, bro.
He called me up one day and said, "Yo, can you pick me up a hat from Mr. Sports?" I'm like, "All right, no problem. I'll go over there, right?" So I tell Lee, I'm like, "Yo, let me get a hat, a Mets hat, right?"
Okay.
He's like, "What size?" I'm like, "8." He's like, "Nah, we don't sell motorcycle helmets."
Wow.
We're going to get on Damon in that hat.
Wow.
That hat was made for the leader. from
Yo,
the
that thing
Incredible
is
Hulk. You
huge, man.
remember that thing?
Yeah.
Man, leave them one alone with his little hat. Isaac, I have no respect for the Mets. The Mets, year after year, they show nothing. All the money spent in that team, and nothing's coming out of the Mets.
Ouch,
okay?
man. Dude,
Now, on
you trying to start
this,
some war?
when you guys wear this, you know what's up. The Yankees are the best. I don't care what anybody says. You know what? Who's talking crap right now? Look at the other one. George is size 8.5 on hats, George.
Huh?
This guy is size 1.5. George.
8.5?
8.5. Jesus Christ.
Yo, these some smart people. They better be smart, yo. With a head like that, you either got to be a wrestler or a genius.
Yum.
Well, he's kind of a genius. I'll give him that. Okay, so here we go. That smells good, man. That smells good. I have to remove this.
That looks so healthy.
Yeah, that looks very healthy.
We should, as a joke, we should just leave it out and let it cool off, and make like a butter crab cake.
Butter crab cake. Well, we do have enough crab in here. Crab meat, not crab meat. We have enough, so we could do some cakes later on if you want, if we have time. Which, I don't know, last time we did a show that long, it was kind of annoying, so I don't know if I want to head on that path. So, look at that. I'm gonna put it here so you guys can see. I just wanna be comfortable enough. I don't wanna drop it. Man. George, are you getting a good shot at that?
I'm salivating.
So basically, me and George, when we did this earlier, yeah, George is my assistant. We cut the shell in half, kept the whole meat intact. You know, that's basically, you know, what you want to do. You want to show a nice product. And if you're cooking for your significant other, that's, you know, you want to impress them. That's what you want to do. You got that?
The truth is that I'm really the chef, but I'm not pretty enough to be on camera. So Joab gets those accolades.
Yeah. Let me not get it started with you, George. It's not going to end up pretty. Mr. I do everything the wrong way with the mac and cheese.
You know, sometimes when you're so good,
Those are looking incredible. Let the people know those are real king crab legs.
That's real. That's real. George, how much is this?
yeah, I did.
Talk to me, George. How much is this?
I cried. I cried the day I picked them up because I'm in there. I bought I bought a couple of pounds of it. I was gonna do more, but I was like, let's not go crazy, whatever. And I go to the register, and shorty punching it up, nothing crazy, $80, $90. I look down to get my wallet, look back up, price over $450 and counting.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was crying. We got these at $27 a pound.
Wow.
$27 a pound.
Mind
It's
you, I
about
have
what?
some over here, and
Yeah,
I
it was
kept
about-
some for the stock as well.
$27 a
Yeah,
pound.
at
on
5 pounds. Yeah.
5 pounds, so
Yeah.
we're looking at a little over $130, $140.
Yeah.
So this is what we're doing now. I'm gonna put the panko that we prepped earlier with the lime zest and butter. So it's gonna go on top, on that buttery lobster. Excuse me, king crab. I keep getting stuck on lobster because of the damn butter bath from that we did last week, which was George's idea.
And which was amazing, by the way.
It was good. I liked it. Eric loved it. Eric went down on that like crazy. So again, you put this on top. You just want a little bit of crunch on that, a little bit of texture, and again, it's going in the oven again, just to toast it a little bit. Hopefully, it doesn't burn because George keeps me entertained when we're doing stuff like this, you know. So, Alyssa, if you don't mind reminding me, if you don't mind to remind me that it's in there. Again, in the oven. Let me change the time. George, stop getting my G-string, please.
No, I'm not there.
Okay.
Finesse is doing it this time.
Finesse is on it this time?
Finesse is recording in G-string.
Yeah, I'm recording you to Instagram, you know.
Okay, so that is already in the oven. So I'm going to finish my risotto now.
Isaac you went left field with that. Said, can you make this dish replace the crab with salami?
Oh my God, that's straight up Dominican. He wants to do a locrio de salami. That's what he wants to do. Yes, you can if you want. If you can do anything you want at home. So
you can, and you know what? Here, I'll give you a quick recipe.
So Isaac, you're saying you can do this dish and replace the crab with salami, but if you're doing it for a female, you might not never get her to visit you again.
I mean, it all depends. It all depends.
pay attention real quick.
Yeah.
I hate to cut you guys off. Crab meat.
Oh, we're adding the love to the risotto now.
This is where the love is. You're
Look at
adding
that.
all that crab meat in there.
Yeah, he's beasting, by the way.
That should be it.
I'm crying every drop he's making. I'm just hurting. I was counting up $5 a drop.
And somebody's asking, do you do private parties?
Yes, I do. Throughout the steppings, we offer catering. So yes, we do.
I can have so many jokes on that, but I'm
Shane,
gonna
you
leave it
getting
alone.
ghetto. You getting ghetto. Can you use bologna?
You can. You can also substitute the risotto for potato chips, and the Parmesan and the crab
We
meat
doing
for
an
cheese.
exotic dish here.
Yeah, why don't we use Pam? We could use
And
all this. So, going back into this, I'm going to taste because this is almost ready to plate. So I'm going to taste it, make sure that the salt is on point. Almost there. Little bit of salt. You know, George, that should be enough. This crab is real good, George. You did a good job.
What's the
this week.
difference between crab and crab meat?
it's the same
Hold on a
thing.
second. What's the question?
What's the difference between crab and crab meat?
Crab?
Yeah, I
And
don't
crab
know
meat?
if
I
they
don't
talking about
understand
if
All
it's
One.
the same.
fresh in a can or I don't know where.
No.
Let me answer that.
Who's asking?
Okay, this is going.
Shane.
Shane,
Butter, life is
that's
going in.
vacation for?
Butter, you have to add some butter there because you want to make it creamy. It might seem like a lot, but it's not. Okay, so you have your butter. And again, you just stir. Man, look at that crab, bro. You know, I should add more, George. You know what?
You should. Why not?
All of it. Why not? It's a lot of us
You
anyway.
just don't want to make crab cakes later.
I forgot about the crab cakes. No crab cakes. Okay, look at that. Wow. And this is the point where you grab a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
Can I change the butter for cream?
Yes.
And it says no lie. Caesar Rodriguez is saying no lie. That risotto looks amazing.
It looks good. And trust me, it tastes good. I know what I'm telling you. Finesse is gonna give you guys the report on that. If it tastes good and what.
I'm gonna keep it totally honest. When he's finished, I'm taking all this to my house. I'm not leaving none of this stuff here. So you'll get to see it, record the, you know.
So at this point, it's exactly what you want it. Creamy. You see it? You don't want it to be like super sticky. That's what you want it to be. You don't want it to be like George. Okay? So look at that. Wow. All right. So let me remove this. And check on the, almost there, 2 more minutes. And we are about to plate.
Yeah.
Let me clean this up real quick. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. What do you think, George? How's that looking?
Chef, what are you gonna do when the vegans eat all the greens, the cows die out of hunger,
I'm gonna
and you
hunt
got
them all
no
down.
more butter?
I'm gonna hunt them all down.
When that happens, we won't have cement sandwiches.
What was George?
We'll do
what-
some mud pies.
George, pay attention, please.
Yes, sir.
Crispy
Dude,
shallots.
That's messed up. You know I got ADD. You didn't have to do that.
Crispy shallots. You guys can do that at home. Just slice them, a little bit of buttermilk, let them sit for at least 10 minutes. Drain the buttermilk out. Go with flour, fry them, salt and pepper, and you're good.
This is a good time to tell you.
What are shallots for people that don't know?
Shallots is basically, it's on the family of the onion. It's just a little bit more stronger. It's also a smaller bulb than the onion. But they're smaller, but all that flavor is in the shallot. It's way stronger than the
So
onion.
would you have a person replace onions with it or use it as a substitute or?
Depends on what you're cooking. Depends on what you're going for.
I just gotta say that because some people might come
Yeah.
to the bodega and get a regular yellow onion and you know.
You definitely ain't going to the bodega to get shallot or risotto.
Yeah, they don't have shallot.
And this is also a good time to let you know that Finesse's allergic to onions.
I ain't,
So I'm gonna have his plate, and
He might chase you down, George.
somebody's asking what is buttermilk?
Buttermilk. Give me a second. Let me plate this real quick.
I will
Look at
take
this.
a picture of that.
Okay, so buttermilk is basically, it's when they culturing the milk, they have different products coming from it. You have the cream, you have the half and half, you have the 2%. So it's basically the cream, the milk coming after it turns into cream, and it's on that level where it's between the butter and the
this
cream.
right here. This is looking amazing.
dude, I'm very impressed. I didn't know you were gonna know that answer, and you know what? I kind of feel like a bum because I should have been a good friend and started Googling the answer to that real quick on the low, and I
No,
didn't do
The
it.
problem is that I'm Hispanic and I have to think in Spanish first and then answer in English.
No, I'm serious.
So-
I really didn't believe you knew the answer.
No.
I didn't know. I thought I did, and I went to say something, and then I stopped because I was gonna have another temporal incident. So I backed up both for that one.
So this is a little big. This is a big plate, but again, it's for my man over here. I want him to enjoy this.
Nah, ain't nothing big about that plate.
So-
That's just right. Ain't
Again,
nothing wrong
you
with
have your
that
king
plate.
crab, you have your crispy onions and crab risotto on the bottom. Let me make some space for him over here, so he can go ahead and do his thing.
And we add some healthiness with the green stuff. What is that, Chop?
We have some silverware back there for you.
Yeah, some silver.
Finesse got to go and get his own silverware.
Yeah, I was about to get African and just do it with my hands, but you know.
He said hand scoops is cool.
Oh, I'm dropping phones.
And again, I'm gonna make my picture plate before George in.
It's incredible right here. Oh yeah. This is right.
How's that? How's that,
This is
man?
great right here.
How's
great.
that?
Don't watch me. We're about to turn the camera off because I'm about to really get ghetto play here.
We're about to go Shark Week in here.
Yo, it's chocolate, bro.
Risotto, banging.
Yeah, there's Dominican love on that risotto. Picture plate looking good.
Solids is just right.
See into that crab, man.
Nah, camera gotta go off.
And
Finesse was actually looking for a bib over there on the side.
that's basically the picture plate for today.
Shane looks amazing as always, chef. It tastes as amazing as it looks. Trust me.
Where's my phone? And man, I want to dig into that just like George do most of the time when I'm cooking. Let me take a quick picture. And this reminds me a lot of my father. He loves king crab. He loves seafood, as a matter of fact. So.
And I dropped the ball again because I was supposed to pick up the microgreens and I forgot.
It's okay.
So it's semi-fancy today.
No, this is fancy. I don't care what you say. It's fancy.
It's fancy in the amount of money I spent on it.
I'm gonna take a picture of that. I'm zooming right here.
Okay. That's done. George, you can dig in if you want. I got my peoples. This is for you guys to do at home. You saw how easy it is. The recipe is for, I can say 6 to 8 people. I mean, it depends how hungry you are and whatnot. So look at that. This is pure love over here. Pure love. So basically the risotto is in a way that they do the locrio de cangrejo back in Dominican Republic. It's just a different technique because of the wine and the onions and shallots going into the risotto and whatnot.
My man Eric Ramos said, Lord Finesse, bring him to Cheers to chef it up. The food as well as his presentation looks great.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're not too far from Cheers, Eric. You know, Cheers is my spot. Steppins, that is. And we're at a secret location that's not too far from that.
We like to call this place the Bat Cave.
Is Facebook working?
We like to call this Wayne Manor.
Okay.
But the food is banging.
Good. I'm happy. I want you to dig into the crab. Did you get a knife? I want you to try the crab, the king crab.
A knife?
I mean, if he wants a knife.
A knife or king crab?
Come on, man. Come on.
I mean, listen, that's ready to
black.
We said it's fancy. We said it's fancy. We ain't in Westchester,
Look at that.
This
Look at
crab just comes out the shell.
Look at that.
This is.
That's just like falling apart. That's like,
Oh my gosh, man!
Try that, brother.
You don't see this type of shit at City Island.
I don't fry the seafood, man. I can do that like they do, man. I can't. No hating, though. I mean,
Very, very, very nice. Very. I don't want y'all to focus on me. I'm about to get crazy here. No.
Well, that's a nice show. Again, this is something that comes from right here. You know, I want you guys to try it at home. I want you guys to come back tomorrow. Make sure you guys share our videos. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, what else? Facebook, Snapchat. Be part of Flavor Square because we're going up. I don't care who's trying to hold me down because there's a few people trying to hold me down and trying to snatch and whatever.
what are they trying to do to you while they hold you down?
That's not happening. That's not happening.
You got locked up?
We're working real hard on what we have going over here between me, George, my crew, Alyssa. George, I mean,
Look, if you make this dish right here and you invite a female over and it don't jump off that night,
you're getting some
just
that
don't
night.
like you.
She just straight don't
Nah,
like
she eat all your food and then bounces.
Listen, if
At
I
least she
spend that much
appreciates the
money-
cooking.
If I spend that much money on king crab and I don't get some, oh my God. you know. Hey guys, sorry, this is not a
Wait.
show, okay?
I'm not trying to get
It's
something from Finesse. What are you trying to say, bro?
George, you get my point, George. You get my point.
Dude,
Where's your
damn,
mask?
bro.
I told you a mask. I want people.
No mask. I'm not on camera, man. I told
Come
you.
on, man. Come on. Anyways,
They trying to get me on camera, Finesse.
Finesse, thank you for coming in. Thank you for trying out my food.
Oh, man.
I know it's your first time trying something that I do straight up from the heart, excuse me. I would love for you to come, later on another time. And,
Caesar, I am enjoying the hell out this food. Great job, chef. Enjoy that food, Finesse. Man, I'm being very civilized right now. When this camera go off, I'm getting into like the Planet of the Apes mode.
I cannot wait for the camera to turn off.
This is like pure torture for Finesse because he want to go all in.
Anyways, again, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, 9:30. Tomorrow's special guest, George and Joab. You see what I mean? And George got something special today. I had a menu for tomorrow, but he came with something different, and he's like, I want to make this tomorrow. So tomorrow is the last day I'm going to please George. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. You can smile. You can do whatever. I don't care.
Man.
Anyways,
let that turn off.
Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow us again. Make sure you guys share that video. Show us some love. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. You guys, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Later, guys.
Bye, guys.